So this is Zorro by Alex Toth. I think it's the complete collection, volume 1. Oh, okay. I think Alex Toth is just one of those artists who should be talked about more. I think he's kind of gone down by the wayside, and that there's a lot of newer artists that, and especially I think in more the zine and webcomic world, I think he's an artist that should be far more recognized and kind of emulated in a way, just because his style would lean towards that much better. You can see that in this what he does in this in Zorro is a very 2-3 tone black and white, heavy brush strokes. I think that's excellent for Zorro because you can see the lines, you can follow the action, and it's very expressive. And I think I appreciate what he does. He's using silhouettes and very simple landscapes to depict the story, and you can see that there's a very strong rhythm or breathing in this comic, so black and whites and pacing here. And it's not something you can, it's much harder to do in color, I think. You can always appreciate it in color, but it's much harder. And I think it kind of, it's easier for the reader to take in that kind of a story at that pace and thematics. And especially, I think with like expressive landscapes, I think you can get too detailed where it takes away from the story, and it's just kind of a waste of time for the artist technically, unless they have somebody else helping them in a lot of ways. But using like, it's just a jumble of black ink, but it does what it should be, and a lot of times people don't take the time to read the page, really, to be honest. And I can always appreciate like somebody spending hundreds of hours on a painting. Comics, it's very digestible, and you kind of have to give and take. There's a compromise there for the artist as well. I think they should be able to take shortcuts where they can, and then do it in a style that still gives you, the reader, the expressiveness it needs. I think that tells a lot about a very strong artist who can do that. And for the story, I think it's your basic. It's not basic. It's actually a very good, solid. Nothing wrong with it. Dad fiction. Yeah. I think it's amazing what he does with just a couple of tones and ink. And I wish more artists would use this kind of style, especially for webcomics, or where you're somebody who's doing it almost every day, trying to draw. And that's something I kind of try to do for Inktober, but you know your strengths. But yeah, this one's gonna be really hard to part with. I think Paul Chadwick is another artist who does concrete, who does black and whites incredibly well. I think his pacing is actually a little bit better, but he is a more solid nib pen kind of drawer. But obviously Toth as well does your more mainstream comics too of the time, but I think this is very unique in the style and the way he does it compared to other artists. But yeah, it's a solid pick. I think just nobody really talks about it.